Interesting because I think a lot of animals have specific mating calls that they do. This might be my next one. I'm thinking. Okay. Is it working? You're silent. Is the silence a good thing or is it not a good thing?
I think
you could get into it.
Yeah.
I look like I'm about to go to the Asian supermarket, like at one of those Korean night markets, and I'm just selling squid on the side. Did you know hooded seals are the most romantic animals to exist? What do you think is like the biggest way to do a mating call? Like, you know how those birds are always chirping in our backyard and it's like time for them to mate. It's time for them to do it. What do you think hooded seals do?
What is a hooded seal?
It's seals with hood. It's me. Okay, male hooded seals, they have these very large pink balloon-like balls, sacs on their face, blush flesh pink, and they will just inflate it to look like little balls on their face to intimidate the other male rivals. Because the more blushy you are, the more moodang you are, and the more you're gonna get loved. And then once all the males gather with their puffed up face ball sacks, they start engaging in physical warfare. It's winner takes all mentality. The winner gets to mate. Male birds of paradise, they're also fascinating maters. Listen, I went down a rabbit hole of how people mate. They will start dancing.
How people mate?
Oh, not how people mate.
I think we know how people mate.
Remind me again? No, I'm just kidding. Male birds of paradise will start dancing. And they have unique choreography for them to dance. And they move their feathers and they shake their feathers. And they learn their dance moves from their daddies. They learn it from their dads. It's like unique choreography. Have you seen the ones in Florida? There's like this one that's dancing around this female bird and everybody's walking by and the female bird is not fucking having it and he keeps moving around and shaking his feathers and then he'll like scoot his butt back. It's really cute. But all these mating calls have all evolved to be more and more successful. Humans, we have our own mating call. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Take Malone, for example. Maloney baloney is how I want to call it. The whole time I was looking into this, I keep going, oh, Maloney baloney. Malone Lamb, a 20-year-old Singaporean living in America who is desperately trying to get a girlfriend. That's his whole 20 years of existence has been perfecting this mating call. And finally, at 20 years old, I think he's hit the nail on the coffin. He is spending millions of dollars trying to find himself a girlfriend in Los Angeles and in Miami, maybe New York, and it's just not working. For example, this was his finest mating call to date. A text message.
It's not working or it is working?
You decide. You decide how you would respond to his mating call, okay? It's a text message, just a picture. You're just texting your love interest a picture. A picture of a pink Lamborghini Urus. Ooh, that's like...
A pink Urus, damn.
Yeah, what is that? Like $300,000? Okay. 3 Birkin bags on top. A pink Birkin, a green Birkin, an exotic croc leather Birkin. Let me tell you, I think the pink one is very pretty. I don't know why I felt the need to tell you that.
So it's working. Okay.
The pink one is very pretty. That's my mating call. I'm done, okay? So anyways, 3 Birkin bags on top of this car. And he just sends a picture to the girl of his dreams. This picture, that's it. No response. So then he hits her with some words, some verbiage. I got you a present. We'll call it an early birthday gift. A thank you gift. I appreciate you so much gift.
All of that is a gift?
Yes.
A car and 3 bags?
Yes, but they're not even dating. This is his mating call. They're not even official.
Wow.
She responds, once again, I am taken. It doesn't work. He responds, I don't care. IDC. But guess what? He does not end up getting a date with her. This is the story of a 20-year-old man who spends millions, tens of millions of dollars trying to get girls. But instead, he ends up in jail. You know what else is a financial scam? My dogs. I feel like I got my 2 dogs. I feel like they got me though. That's the real thing. I feel like I've been scammed, emotionally manipulated, gaslit into working my whole life so that they can live comfortably. That sounds like an exaggeration, and it kind of is, but sometimes I look at Mango sleeping and I'm like, do you pay rent? Do you have a job? Are you even alive? Because sometimes she looks deceased when she's really deep in a nap, okay? But do you know what makes her feel so alive? When I am in the kitchen and she hears me opening up a pack of dog food, she's practically teleporting into the kitchen to stare through my soul with the most aggressively cute stare that she has evolved to look at me with, especially when she smells the delicious, fresh scent of Farmer's dog. For most of Mango's life, I was looking for so many different dog food brands, just trying to find the right one that made her feel good, that she really loved eating, and that I felt good about. Farmer's dog is real, fresh food made from real meat and veggies in human-grade facilities, and it's gently cooked to preserve nutritional value. So all you have to do is sign up and tell Farmer's dog, oh, this is the part that I really loved. You tell Farmer's dog about your dog's age, weight, activity level, and I can also add personalized items. Like Mango has a sensitive stomach. Tiger, he gets so constipated. Tiger's poops before Farmer's dog, he was either always constipated to the point where I felt sad when I watched him poop. I went to the vet multiple times trying to figure out like the perfect balance. Farmer's dog was the perfect balance. He has the best poops right now. After you fill out this form, you get ready to serve pre-portioned packs delivered straight to your door. Because listen, everyone in this house is a lazy girl. Me, my mom, and we also love good food. So getting Tiger and Mango to not gain weight in the winter is an art that we have to perfect, because the vet is like, listen, if you love your dog, you gotta be careful. But with the Farmer's dog pre-packaged fresh food, it's so easy to give them the right portion sizes that they salivate after. And the recipes are literally developed by board certified nutritionists, so my dogs are eating better than me at this point. Their coat is silkier, softer. Even Mango, I know she had an autoimmune disease and like half her coat disappeared, but the fur that she still has, impeccable. If you want to buy higher quality dog food made by board certified nutritionists from real food, check out the Farmer's dog. So get 50% off your first box of fresh, healthy food by using my link. Plus you get free shipping. I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can get 50% off your first box of fresh, healthy food by using my link. And thank you, Farmer's dog, for sponsoring today's video, and Mango and Tiger, and let's get into it. Do you know how much a bottle of Aquapana is at one of the newest clubs in Los Angeles?
What is that?
Aquapana is water. Do you know how much it is? You go to a club in LA.
$10, $15.
Yeah, it's about, they'll give you a bucket of Aquapana, which is not a lot of Aquapana. I imagine like 5 of them in there, and it'll be $45. $45 for water. Do you know what that means? If it was my time, if I am in the club and I am choking on something, it's my fate to go, because I'm not going to pay $45 for Aquapana. That's absolutely crazy. Now, to be fair, it is a basket of water, but still grossly overcharged. A basket of Red Bull costs $60. One bottle of champagne, if you get the good stuff, $1,800 at this club. But even at clubs like this, there are the VIP spenders. Those are the ones maybe buying a bottle of champagne a night, 2 bottles if it's a big group. Then there's the VVIP spenders, like Maloney. Maloney blows it up at the club. By the way, he goes by the name Anne Hathaway, or a $$.
What do you mean, Anne Hathaway? He's like, call me Anne Hathaway?
Yeah, like sometimes his social media is just like Anne Hathaway. Or sometimes it's just $$. But his name is Maloney. He's 20 years old. He's not even legally allowed to drink. So what the fork is he doing? Drowning in Casamigos tequila at the club? I don't know. But he and his best friend recently start making a name for themselves in the clubs in LA and Miami, to the point where all the people that work at the clubs, they're like, hey, have you had Maloney come in yet? Because you're about to get tipped big when Maloney comes in. His friend's name is Serrano, who goes by Versace God. So they're like, have you seen Maloney Baloney and Versace God? It's like a wild pair when you see them walking in together.
Maloney, Baloney, Sriracha. Oh.
Versace, whatever.
Oh.
Like at one night at the club, these two managed to spend I can't even say the number. $559,528, over $500,000 in one singular night at the club on champagne.
How old is Versace God?
21.
Damn.
So you know it's them because they have these signs that you put up at the club, and if you spend enough money, you can have like 100 characters of whatever you want to say up on these signs, and you will always see at Maloney. Sometimes you'll see something that reads Zach XTB, which like, I don't know, rich kids have major beef with this guy named Zach, I guess. We'll get there. But the real mystery here is not how Maloney Baloney is so rich. The true mystery at the center of today's episode is how Maloney is able to close his hands, how he is able to make a fist. Because he wears a full diamond chunky signet ring on every single finger. I think on his pinky finger, he has a full triple-sized engagement ring. I don't even know what it's like. It's like Thanos, but with diamonds. And on the same wrist, he wears Cuban link chains covered in diamonds with a $330,000 Richard Mille watch.
Damn.
He can't even close his hands. He can't even do a high five. You're going to get injured. But one of the main reasons that these two start going viral is because they start hanging up these signs at the LA clubs, the Miami clubs that read, "Pretty girls get Birkins." Which is so like hee hee ha ha, need money for Birkins, like that kind of sign, right? It's so cute, it's so catchy, until you see girls walking out of the club with Hermes boxes and brand new Birkins. Until you see this video of them throwing Hermes boxes with Birkins and Kellys inside of them into the club crowd.
Damn.
A TikToker.
Is that why you want to go to
A TikToker named Harrison Schuyler posts a video. I think she's also an OnlyFans model. Posts a story time about the wildest thing that happened at the club 2 days ago. She's posting it 2 days. It's not like 2 days ago, yesterday. No, you get it. It was like a few months ago. She's at a club in West Hollywood called Keys. It's new. I think it actually replaced One Oak, if you guys remember One Oak. But the interior looks beautiful. The walls are piano keys and it's irregularly shaped. So there's parts of the wall that are jutting out. And then you see it filled with people. Suddenly I have social anxiety. It looks like a bunker. It's so stressful. I don't even want to be in there. But anyway, Schuyler, she had no plans to be at that club that night. She's never even been to the Keys. She's actually out on dinner with friends and they're all like, "Hey, you want to go to the new club that just replaced One Oak that just opened up? It's called the Keys."
What's so special about One Oak?
One Oak was like where all the nasty was happening allegedly. It was like the biggest club in LA at one point.
Really?
Yeah, and then it got weird, and then it closed.
What about the nastiness?
Why you
like, what do you mean? Like, you said it like there's something more to it.
Oh, I think that's like where everyone went to like find people to hook up with. From what I know, I've never been. Just so we're clear, is the place where all story times happen.
Ooh.
Like weird shit happens. Ooh. You're in the Uber on the way to One Oak. Your Uber driver is going to be acting weird. You're on the Uber home from One Oak. Your Uber driver is weird. You're at One Oak. The bartender is weird. You're at One Oak. Somebody's weird. Like,
what is Uber doing?
I don't know. There was always story times of like, my Uber did this to me. And then they're always on the way to One Oak. And then you're like, why do we keep going to One Oak if she always goes down at One Oak? Yeah.
I think I'll need a One Oak episode.
I need one Oak episode, okay? So she ends up at the club at the Keys. There's 2 levels. There's an upstairs level and a downstairs level. They're in the upstairs level for like 15 minutes, but she's getting bored. Nothing crazy is happening. This isn't One Oak. But before they leave, they're like, you know what? Let's do a circle. Let's do a walk around. Let's do a passerby. Let's do a bystander witness. Let's just look around and see what's happening just so we're sure that we want to leave, right? So they head down the stairs, and the downstairs underground level is much more like a traditional club. There's VIP sections, there's people dancing everywhere, and they see this one section that's completely empty. So they walk over there and they're like, this is my section now, I'm gonna pee here. They don't do that, they're actually very classy people. And suddenly this man appears. She has never seen this man in her entire life. Skylar is like, I don't know this man, I don't know his birth parents, I don't know his government name, I know nothing about his man, I don't even know the color of his pants. But this man, this stranger is like, hey you, my friend over there wants to gift you a Birkin.
Damn, what an opening.
That should be the only opening. Whenever I see a man's mouth open, that should be the only line that comes out. Okay. And she said, and I was like, what? He was like, my friend knows who you are. He's a fan of you and your work, and he wants to gift you a Birkin. No one has ever said that to me in my whole life. I just want you guys to know that. Okay. I don't know why. Maybe I'm upset. I don't know. Okay. Now, mind you, this is taking place in Los Angeles. Offering to buy a stranger a Birkin is the equivalent of asking them if they want to come here and come into my white van. Because what? If a man tells you in Los Angeles they want to buy you a Birkin, you run the other way. This is a scam. This is a creep. This is weird. Right. Or he's a sugar daddy that might want to chain you up in his basement. This is not, you don't trust anyone in Los Angeles like that. Right. In fact, if I were walking down Rodeo, I would rather get into a Candyman's van than with a man that says,
hey girl, let me buy you a Birkin.
I would rather go with the man in the van. No stranger would offer me that, but you get what I'm saying, okay? It's a scam. So Skylar is picking up on this, and she says, I wasn't interested because I thought he meant like take me shopping to get a Birkin, and like, come on now, that's not really gonna happen. But this man is insisting. My friend over here has the Birkin. Like, he has it right now. You don't have to go to Rodeo. He's got it right now in the club. All you have to do is walk over to the VIP section where he's at, and he will give it to you. And she's like, what? Okay, now mind you, this is a very expensive bag, so as sure as shit is smelly, I'm walking over there. I'm gonna at least investigate, is what Stephanie Sue said. Skylar is cooler with it. She's like, I mean, I guess if I can bring my friends. So the guy is like, sure, you can walk over with your friends. And she says, and I quote, and this kid, I'm going to refer to him as a kid. I mean, he was definitely over the age of 18 or 21, hopefully, because he was at the club, but he looked pretty young. He comes towards me and he's like, I got this for you. And he hands me this box that was, you know, it was the actual Hermes box. And he's like, do you like it? And I'm like, yeah, I do, but is it real? And he was like, of course it's real. It's for you. You can have it. And just walks away. The kid walks away after giving her. And it was, by the way, it was a Kelly, not a Birkin. But anyway, who cares? What? The security guard that this kid came with, because, you know, I guess if you have 20 Birkins at the club, you got to have a security guard.
He has 20 of them?
He has a lot, yeah.
Just like piles of boxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. How many security guards?
Just one.
Okay.
And that security guard is the same one she hires when she goes out to big like OF events, because she's like a huge OF creator, if I'm not mistaken. So she's familiar with this security guard. This is not just like a random bodyguard. She's like, I know you, right? So then she walks over to him and he tells her, no, it's quite literally 100% real. He says, I actually escorted him today to Rodeo Hermes and he bought 5 of them today.
Walk into the store and he got 5 bags?
Yeah.
How?
He got that Maloney baloney. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they're lying that they don't have it.
They always have it in stock. Don't let them lie to you. So she's like, what? Anyways, while I'm at the club, I see another one, like a light pink one, I think. So he's literally just giving out all of them. And the day after,
she's like, but I want that pink one though. What color did she get?
It looks like the gold.
Oh, okay.
Or no, I think it was like a grayish brown.
Oh, she's like, I want that one.
Yeah. Anyway, she was like, I think it was a light pink one. And then the day after, so like yesterday, I think, I saw a girl posting about how she got gifted one in the same club, same guy. Hers was like green, I think. She's saying this. There's another girl who goes viral for getting a free bag by Maloney Baloney. Now, some people were commenting that the caption said Birkin, but it's a Kelly bag, whatever. That is neither here nor there, is it now? Now, what really gets me, though, is she gets gifted this $10,000 plus bag and only spends 10 minutes in that section with the kid that she keeps calling a kid, which makes it even more hilarious because imagine spending so much money to buy a gift for someone and they're like, hey kid. Thanks kid.
Oh my God.
So it's that energy.
Yeah,
she doesn't even friend zone him. She basically like babysits him. She's like, this kid at the VIP section. It's crazy. Yeah. And while she's there, she sees in the span of 10 minutes, she says, he buys hundreds of bottles of champagne from the club. She says it had to have been, just like in the 10 minutes that I was there, $100,000 worth of alcohol. And he had been at the club for a while. So presumably he probably already spent a bunch of money. And he was still there when I left. So I don't know. I have no clue who he is. I heard that he was like the son of a Chinese billionaire. So who knows?
Whoa.
That's what she says.
Jack Ma's son.
Jack Ma's son. Now the kicker of all of this is that she's not even going to keep the bag.
What? Why?
She's re-gifting it. She
To
says
who?
it's not her style. The style is too businesswoman-y for her. So she's going to gift it to her mom. And she says, so shout out to the guy in the club for making my mom a happy woman. She's... Another TikToker, Olivia Allen, 3, she starts posting TikToks at the same time and she starts going viral of the green one. And it's the same story. A man in the club just randomly gifts her a Kelly bag, which is absolutely insane.
So is she a model too or what?
I don't know what she does, but she looks like a model. She's very pretty. All of them are very pretty. So like it's very accurate. He's a factual man. Pretty girls do get Birkins. Well, I guess they got Kellys. I haven't seen a single Birkin yet. I feel like they're all getting Kellys. Anyway, these all start going viral on TikTok. And at the same time, people in the service industry are like, hey, have you seen Maloney Baloney? Like, what's going on with him, right? And all of this is happening.
What is service industry?
Like, the people that work at the clubs and the bars are like, bro, you gotta wait till fucking Maloney Baloney comes in because tip on a $500,000 bill,
It's
you're talking about
$100,000.
like, that's...
6 figures.
That's like your whole salary in a tip in one night. Like everybody wants Maloney Baloney. A lot of people in the service industry, we're also talking about how people just aren't spending like that these days. So to have these people come in, these kids come in and spend like that, like you want them to come in. So that still does not answer the question of who the hell is Maloney Baloney? Is he really a Chinese billionaire's son? How did he suddenly just appear out of nowhere? He just graduated from school, studying abroad, and now he's spending daddy's money. Why is he spending millions of dollars at clubs in LA? Well, I will have you know. He and his friends are the proud owners of 4,100 Bitcoin.
4,100 Bitcoin?
Yes.
God, that's okay.
Yes.
How much is that? Like
That's like $270 million. Yes. You know what? Bitcoin always fucking throws me off because I be hearing guys talking about how they have Bitcoin and then they're always like, how many Bitcoin do you have? And then one of them will be like, I have 1 Bitcoin. And I'd be like, loser. And then I Google 1 Bitcoin and it's like $65,000. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe you're not a loser. Damn. Yeah, they have 4,100 Bitcoin. It's crazy. They own a massive Miami waterfront mansion that rents for $200,000 a month. Just a few weeks ago, he got arrested in. That's why Maloney Baloney is making the news. Maloney Baloney
He got arrested.
He gets arrested.
This is after the Birkin.
After the Birkins, he gets arrested. Neighbors of this massive Miami mansion say it was in the middle of the day. Nobody was expecting it. They start hearing a little ruckus outside. They're used to partying noises. You know, they have what appears to be the son of a Chinese billionaire, perhaps renting a house on the street. This guy isn't leaving the house to go to his 9 to 5 every day. His full-time job, it seems to the neighbors, is to party. So they're used to some loud noises coming out of that house. But this time it's like boom, boom, like fireworks. They said, we thought there was a shooting in the neighborhood. They look out their window, and in this Miami mansion, they see FBI agents in camouflage doing hand signals surrounding the massive mansion. They're pulling up in what looks like tanks. What the f*** are they pulling out the big guns for this skinny little 20-year-old Maloney Baloney lamb? Why would he need to be swatted, essentially? Maloney and his friends not only get arrested, but they also have the feds start repossessing all of their belongings. They're taking in the cars, the luxury designer goods, their homes. The girls that got gifted the bags start going viral. And one of the comments reads, plot twist. These girlies are deep cover federal agents trying to coax all the Birkin club girlies out of the woodworks so that they can confiscate all the Birkins.
Yeah. Oh, they're taking away the Birkins too?
Is the idea, because they start taking away the cars and people are spotting this. They're taking away the cars, they're taking away the bags, they're taking away the houses. What the fork's going on, right? One of the girls, the one that got the green Kelly, someone comments, you have to give it back. The feds just arrested Maloney Baloney. To which she responds, ew, do you tell the teacher they forgot to check their homework too?
Oh, wait.
Yeah. And then she responds by wearing a full-on police Halloween bodysuit to pose with the bag for the handbag police. Also, she hates the handbag police who keep telling her it's a Kelly, not a Birkin. Okay, and others are like, bruh, more than likely the feds are going to see your viral videos and you should be deleting all of them and say that the purse got stolen from you. So now that this Maloney Baloney gets arrested with his friends, everyone starts posting free my guy Maloney. That's where I got in on this, okay? I start seeing free my Maloney and I'm like,
free my Maloney?
Yeah, and I'm like, who's my guy Maloney? Clearly, nobody is upset with what Maloney has done. So I'm like, do I need to FOIA this case? What did Maloney do? The clubs, they're saying we want our Maloney back. Nobody was spending money at the clubs.
Maloney or Malone?
His name is Malone, but
okay.
I think Maloney is so much better, okay? Nobody was spending money like Maloney, and Maloney was spending 6 figures in tips every night. We need Maloney. Girls are posting free Maloney. We need Birkins, okay? Which, side note, everyone thought that they found Maloney's secret account, or Maloney is so rich and so powerful that he has somehow secretly freed himself from the feds, because another Asian TikToker starts posting in G-Wagons, private jets, wearing Richard Mille watches, and everyone is commenting, Maloney! One comment reads, Maloney, aren't you in jail? Another one reads, Maloney? Is that you? I want a Birkin! Another reads, I'm not gonna lie, living like this for a couple months might be worth going to jail, crying face, laughing face. Which, side note, it's a TikTok of this Asian guy in a private jet, shitting in a private jet toilet and taking pictures of his watch on a private jet. But the caption is, my humble era, hashtag donate to charity, hashtag charity work.
Wait, this is Maloney?
No, it's just another Asian guy.
Another Asian billionaire son.
Everyone thinks looks like Maloney. That his whole comment section gets filled with people being confused. Like, wait, I thought Maloney was arrested. Wait, my Maloney is free already? What's going on?
Do they look similar?
As an Asian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because sometimes people who aren't Asian be looking at two Asians and they look the same. And then you look at them as an Asian and you're like, they look vastly different. They don't even look like they have the same mother. Like, they don't even look half related. What are you talking about? Right? But then, they look the same, bro. If you were like, right now, Stephanie, you get a Birkin. If you can tell them, I'm not getting a Birkin. I'm walking away empty-handed. I'd be like, Maloney, is that you? Will the real Maloney please stand up? And I would just wait to hear the clink clacks of one's handcuffs. And I'd be like, that's Maloney. No, really. Yeah. So he had to update his bio to read, Maloney and me are different people.
But has anybody looked into this guy yet?
Yeah, that's what I was also thinking. I was like, well, I'm going to write FBI? Your name down for the next month because I feel like something's going to happen. I went down a whole rabbit hole with this guy. Apparently his brother is on Instagram also posting like private jets and stuff. And like somehow there's like a picture of him and Travis Scott. I don't know. They're just like hanging out with rappers and like really cool people. But then I go on Reddit and someone was like, oh, his dad owns coal mines in China and he's a billionaire and these kids are billionaire sons. But then everyone else was like, we've never heard of him in China. He has like hundreds of thousands of dollars of cash in his photos. I didn't know people pay for coal in cash. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It's a little weird. Now, a lot of comments in actual Maloney's videos, they read, bro is just giving back to his community. He's a real life Robin Hood. Others argue, bro literally did everything you're not supposed to do, crying emoji, skull emoji. Another person comments, how do you do this though? I'm asking for safety reasons.
How do you do what?
What Maloney does. Yeah.
What does he do?
Oh, we're about to get into it right now. But most of the comments read, free the king. He was for the people. Free Maloney. Modern day Robin Hood. Maloney. Which, side note, you know how there was like that guy that we were just talking about that everyone thought was Maloney? Mm-hmm. Another one of the comments was just like, wait, I don't think that he's in jail anymore because he was just at the Cowboy Giants football game tonight with his girlfriend. And to which most people responded, no, that was rice gum. So...
Wait.
I guess they all look alike. People are very confused about who the Maloney is. So what the fork did Maloney do? And should he really be free? That is the question. Do you know what it sounds like when you win the lottery? Like the moment you win? Because you always see those pictures of people coming
Do I know what that feels like?
Do you?
I do.
When did you know?
When I saw you.
Stop.
Bro, that was good.
Because you see the pictures of people signing the lottery checks, but you don't actually hear them winning. Like, what is that noise in the moment where you see the winning numbers match up? There is an audio of a group of guys basically winning the lottery illegally.
Oh, wow. I see
No
it.
way. No fucking way.
I see it, bro.
It's on the blockchain. It's on the blockchain, bro.
No fucking way.
There is a group of guys hacking into somebody else's crypto account and gaining full control and access to over $250 million of crypto from one person's crypto wallet. And the audio of them is them freaking the out screaming, oh my god, do you know how much money that is? We're done. That's $250 million.
Dang.
Another guy goes, it's probably a pretty penny. Holy shit, no fucking way, oh my god, holy fucking shit. They're cussing, they're using slurs. Oh my god, bro, I'm gonna fucking SPAZ out. Yo, we're done. Do you know how much that is? Another guy's going, it's $250 million. It's $250 million. Yo, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit.
Is this Maloney Baloney?
Yes, it's Maloney Baloney.
He's like freaking out.
And his friends. It sounds like a bunch of kids just won the lottery. And that is not the case, obviously. A Twitter user by the name of ZachXBT uncovers all of this. He's scarier than the feds at this point. Remember how Maloney Baloney would go to the clubs and write ZachXBT? Mm-hmm. This is while ZachXBT, I guess, is on their ass investigating them. Oh yeah, he's scarier than the feds at this point. He's practically a professional scam catcher. Honestly, the world needs more people like him. Well, he starts tracking some fishy business, which really isn't that hard to point when all of a sudden a group of 20-year-olds show up at the club every weekend and start dropping $300,000 a night. Like, you think the feds are not watching you? That's crazy, okay? You would be out of your minds.
I know IRS is for
Yeah.
sure watching.
Like, I am more scared of the IRS than the FBI because there have been so many cases where the FBI are like, we are looking for a fugitive. We cannot catch them. We have no clue where they are. And the IRS is like, wait, they didn't pay taxes? We found them yesterday. Yeah, we sent in our agents. Yeah, we might have accidentally injured them, but we're gonna get back taxes. Did you know that's a whole thing going on right now?
What?
This is very serious, but like, this is to show you how serious the IRS is. When Americans are held hostage in foreign countries and they come back to the United States, they get a bill from the IRS. Back taxes, like they get fined.
Oh, I thought they will demand the other country to send that person back because they gotta pay taxes.
No, so like when they come back, they have IRS bills that are like, hey, you didn't pay your taxes, so we're actually gonna fine you. And they have to pay the fine. And like they're trying to explain, like, I was literally like, what are you saying right now? Yeah, so the IRS don't play. They're going to be watching. And ZachXBT is watching. And he figures out that these kids, if you will, are connected to this crypto scam from a wealthy individual in Washington, D.C. that was recently scammed out of nearly $240 million. Yeah.
That is just crazy.
And the way they do it, because when I heard hack, I'm thinking like coding, like you see in the movies, right? No, social engineering. So they spoof Google support. They call pretending to be Google support, and they're like, hey, I know that something's going on with your like crypto account. Some like the passwords are weird. And then they call pretending to be the crypto and then yes, the crypto exchange. And they social engineer this where it's like, oh, Google called me just earlier saying that my account was compromised. And then the exchange called me. So now I'm like, okay, now I need to start logging in. They sent me a link to log in to make sure my codes are good or whatever. They get access to his account.
Whoa.
Then they proceed to transfer out 4,000 Bitcoin.
Dang. This is probably a billionaire.
Yeah, and
to
they
have, like,
start,
That much crypto.
they start laundering that money. They start like just trying to wash the Bitcoin somehow, moving it to different accounts and like,
And then go spend it at a club?
yeah. There's text messages between them that read, we got him, and I made him restore his wallet and create a new backup. We got him. Another one responds, dude, I love you. So not only are there audio records of this, but they have chat records of how they're going to blow through all the money they just stole. They say that they're going to get all the man's stories.
Wait, so Maloney got most of the money, I'm assuming, you said?
Actually,
like
it doesn't
4,000?
seem like Maloney did.
What?
So they split the Bitcoin, like the 4,000 Bitcoin into multiple different ways. I think Maloney, I don't know how much he blew through.
Yeah.
But he only had, I think, like 5 million connected to his account right now.
$5 million?
Left.
$5 million left? Mm-hmm. So 200 million, 250 million.
Yeah.
And
I think one of them has like close to 100 million. That's, yeah. But I don't think he spent it. I think he was trying to be smarter with it, trying to figure out how to.
oh, so Maloney is the only one that's blowing the cash.
Maloney and Versace God.
But there's more people? Mm-hmm. How many more?
But there's so many of them, and they're all just like chatting on Discord and screen recording their crimes.
There's so many of them.
Yeah. There's a good handful of them. But Maloney is like the face of this because the Birkins.
So Maloney basically...
Yeah. Yeah.
So all... Okay.
No, Maloney, like, he better hope they're not in the same jail. Yeah. Maloney's pissing them off, okay? Yeah. They're also texting about how they're going to buy all the man's stories. I didn't know this. I'm like, what the fuck is a man's story? They're a type of car. So basically, they're these really expensive cars. Let's say you get like a G-Wagon or a Lamborghini. Usually, when you do aftermarket stuff, it maybe might devalue the car because it's like, well, it's not like the paint Mercedes gave. It's not like the rims Mercedes had. You're just like modifying it. Like if you were to take straight from Rolls Royce to go wrap it, then the paint could get him. You get the gist. But Mansory is this company that is ultra high-end customization of cars. It actually adds a lot of value to the car because they're that good in terms of quality. And they only mod a certain number of cars per year, I think. And I think it takes a very long time. It's very expensive. Their modifications usually result in limited edition or one-off vehicles that look very unique. So to give you an example, I didn't know this, okay? But there's like a Ford GT. I didn't know that Ford has a car that's like $500,000. Like what? When this car came out, you had to basically send a submission to Ford to apply to be able to spend $500,000 on a car, on a Ford.
Yeah,
Sorry.
It was like really like you gotta show them that you're like a car snob to be considered. So many people got pissed off too, like
Because they didn't get it.
yeah, like they're kind of butthurt, but they at the same time they were like, "Can you believe this?
Can you believe Ford rejected me, the LaFerrari collector?" Like that?
Exactly that energy. Like every car person was like,
But like, can I get one though?
and then if they don't get it, they'd be like, "Can you believe this?"
Can you believe Ford has a $500,000 car? They're so goofy. Car people are so goofy. It's wild, okay? So it cost $500,000. But Mansory, they modded one and it sold for $2.1 million. So quite literally, do the math, like 4 times the price. Can I just be so real with you? Mansory's look like Giga Chad cars. I don't know how else to explain it. They look like cars on steroids. Now, they're talking about buying Amiri clothes, Mansory cars. They're like already colluding on how to blow through this cash or
Like, what
Bitcoin.
do you mean? They're like, "Let's get some Mansory cars."
They texted. I already reached, I guess they have a connection. They got a guy. They got a guy for it. They have an essay for the Mansorys. Okay, and they said, yeah, I already told him I want all the Mansorys. Whatever that means. I don't know how many there are out there. He said, I want all the man stories. And then another guy is texting into the chat like, yeah, I already texted my guy and I'm going to get a John Mayer. And I was like, wow, they're rich enough to buy John Mayer. That's crazy. Turns out it's a watch. Yeah. I'm like, $250 million? You can buy a singer. He's working late, but you can buy him. No, they're trying to buy a watch. It's a Rolex called the John Mayer. It's basically coined term for this gold Rolex with this green dial. It's like a viral watch. I think it goes for like $70,000, $80,000. I mean, the watch is discontinued, but on the gray market, it's selling for that. Anyway, it's wild that they just scam someone of so much money and they're leaving a whole paper trail longer than a CVS receipt of every single crime that they have ever committed and how they plan on laundering the money and how they plan on enjoying the money. It also is not that hard to locate Maloney because technically, if you have that amount of money from a scam, would you not, this is hypothetical IRS, would you not flee to a different country and try to live a low-key life?
Yeah.
I don't know, live life on the beach, read Emily Henry. Why do we need to be at a club throwing around Birkins? I want to be laying on the sand throwing back another smutty book. I'm a simple girl. But instead, these guys are out here doing the absolute most, like the dumbest shit you can think of.
But then you think about it, for a 20-year-old guy to have that kind of money, they don't want to lay on a beach and read a book. Are you kidding me? Like a 20-year-old male. That's like,
okay.
Yeah. It's so dumb, but it makes so much sense.
But I feel like a 20-year-old girl would be smart and go lay on the beach and read Emily Henry.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, I
But,
don't
like,
know. What does that say?
Yeah. Can you be that dumb though? Like,
But like, couldn't you go at least to like the Cayman Islands, to Monaco?
yeah, to like,
Could you go somewhere a little bit further than DC because you just stole from a guy in DC? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And then also, here's my thing, right? You're stealing from a guy who has $250 million in cryptocurrency. You think he's not getting the feds involved? You think he's not hiring the craziest PI to come after you?
yeah.
Like, I would
exactly.
be as far away from DC as possible.
Yeah.
But also, who the has that much money in DC? DC is a weird place. Okay, but instead, he is doing the most. He's posting these really cringy Instagram pictures. There's this one picture of him that Maloney posted himself willingly, and he's in the very back of the picture. This looks like a picture that I would post when I was in middle school. There's two of his friends standing in front of him. They all look 15. They all look max 18, okay? He's the third one in the back. You can barely see him. He looks out of focus. He looks like his two friends are the main characters and he's like the diversity hire because they needed to add Asian representation. That's what it looks like. I say this as an Asian woman, but he posts this onto social media writing, I walk in unannounced in clothes, $, I can't pronounce. Life is not that serious, sir. It is not that serious. I feel like you can pronounce Louis Vuitton. I feel like you can pronounce all these clothes. Okay, anyway, because he would post his own pictures under his government name, Malone, on Instagram, and then girls would come and post him too and like geotag him. The feds track him down in Miami in his $200,000 a month rental home and they arrest him. There is footage of him getting arrested and everyone in the comments is freaking the fuck out. And they go, wait, what did Post Malone do? They thought it was Post Malone that was getting arrested because everyone was like hashtag free Malone. And they were like, holy fuck, is Posty okay? And I was like, what is going on right now? Half the comments think he's Post Malone. Half the comments think he's Rice Gum. So yeah, which it seems like there will be more arrests now because so many people are getting exposed for being part of this scam. One of the guys who was involved, his ex-girlfriend released receipts of him. It's just messy. 2 arrests have already been made and you cannot spell Maloney without Aloni in his federal prison. I don't know where I'm going.
What's alone?
Alone. He's not going to be alone in his federal prison jail cell. They have been charged with stealing $230 million in crypto from that victim in DC. And I don't know how they're going to argue their way out of this. There is audio footage. They have been caught on MP4. There's MP3 files of them out there freaking out. They also, they go through the trouble of using a VPN, but they have these feature film length voice memos and feature film length screen shares where they're screen recording themselves, teaching each other how to launder the money.
What are they saying?
They're just like,
wire, send it here, send it
yeah,
here.
they're like, okay, so this is like what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to send it here and then send it here and then send it there. And then at one point, you're not going to believe this. You know the massive streamer XQC? I don't know anything about this man.
XQC.
I don't know anything about this man, okay? I just know he's fucking controversial. However, there's an audio clip of the scammers where I guess one of them decides, like, they're filming that tutorial on how to launder money. It's like a dry cleaning tutorial. It's a masterclass on what not to do. And he sends this tutorial to the others, but in the video, you hear XQC. So everyone, briefly, people were like, wait, is he part of this crypto scam? Turns out, no. He's like, they're just watching his streams in the background while they're casually laundering hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, the scammers cannot be alone with their thoughts for more than 6 seconds. Let me have 7 screens playing at the same time because my attention is so fucking shot that I could be scamming someone of $250 million and I still need to listen to my streams. That's crazy.
It's crazy that they thought through so much to get the money, but then zero thoughts after they got the money.
Oh, zero thoughts. Okay, so one of the guys, he's screen sharing and this video gets leaked, right? And somehow Zach on Twitter gets hands of it. But he accidentally clicks the Windows. I don't know how Windows works. There's like a section in the Windows where you click a bunch of buttons and the Windows account comes up. I guess it's like, oh, look at your iCloud, right?
Yeah.
And it has his name on there. In the middle of it.
Malone?
No, it's a different guy.
Oh.
In the middle of the screen share, just like his government name.
Oh.
And they also suck at laundering money. When you launder money, I wouldn't know. I truly would not know. But I've read when you launder money, you have to make sure that when you wash your clothes, you put your clean clothes separately. Those are your clean clothes, okay? The dirty clothes are dirty, clean clothes separate. But they would just like put the dirty clothes into the clean clothes back into the dirty clothes, and then treat them like clean clothes. So they're like, they
don't even know how to do laundry.
They don't even know how to fucking do laundry and launder the money, okay? Which begs the question, is it really properly laundered? No. Side note, I do think he also gifted a girl a full-on vehicle at the club. Imagine putting on your little slingbacks to go with the girls out to the club, and then you come home in like a 4-wheel drive. I'd be like, damn. My ego would never let me rest. Like, that would be my grandkids. I'd be like, you know, when I was younger, your grandma was so fucking hot. Okay, but from my very basic, not professional knowledge of things, I don't know if the feds are going to take the bags, but it would be possible. The process is actually known as asset forfeiture. So any gifts with fraudulently obtained money are typically subject to seizure by federal authorities, which would include high value items like cars, designer bags, even if the recipient is unaware that the funds were fraudulent. The gifts could be subject to forfeiture. Subject to forfeiture, though, does not mean that the feds have the time nor the want to take these items. I feel like the luxury vehicles are big enough ticket prices that they will. I don't know about the bags, but I would say, as a non-professional, my girly pop advice, maybe delete those videos. Like, maybe don't make it easy for the feds, you know? Just like delete them. Enjoy your Birkin bags and just kidding. I did not say that, IRS. I did not say that, feds. I abide by all laws set forth in this great country that I am a birth-ridden citizen of. Anyway, so the girl that got the car at the club, unfortunately, it seems like that will get repossessed. There was one woman, I don't know how true this is, but she says she was at the club and someone threw an Hermes box at her. So she's going to take it home, of course. But when she got home, it was empty. The box was empty. Someone took the bag out. So she just got the Hermes box. And I'm pretty sure this is her making a big joke. But her version of events is that she caught a box in the crowd and she's kind of low-key the biggest winner now because the cars, the bags, those are going to get repossessed by the feds. They're worth a lot of money. But this box, she's going to keep the fucking box. And that box, you can sell it on eBay for $100. So who really is the fucking winner, right? $100 or $0? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's satire, but still, can I just live in a world where that is true because that is a wealth of serotonin? So that's the story with Maloney Baloney.
So he is being charged right now.
Yeah.
As we speak.
One netizen comments, does anyone have any idea how to do that? What Maloney did?
So do people know how long he's gonna get, or is he gonna get much?
I don't know.
It's like 5-10 years type of sentencing, you think?
Yeah, like white collar crime is not my forte. So I really would not know, but I imagine not. I mean, I don't think he's looking at much time.
So a few years.
Like 5, 10, maybe 20 if it's really bad. I think it also depends on how much they can recover. Also, if he pleads guilty. But I do think federal prison is better than like state prison. Yeah, if he's like in a regular white collar prison, he might be okay. I think those are like the places Martha Stewart went, you know? But I don't know. Another just comments, I don't really get it. So people want all this wealth to have designer clothes and luxury cars. This is the life to go to jail for? Other people say, I don't know. I feel like it's worth it in this economy to live like a few months of life. Like they're saying to live life that good for a few months and then go to federal prison where your meals are paid for and not pay rent. I mean, it's not that bad, they said. So what are your thoughts on Maloney Baloney? Do you think he should be freed?
Really?
Do you think hashtag free Maloney, we need Birkins? Because I guess what people are saying is that he stole from probably a billionaire and then gave it to the masses. He said so much on tips for service workers. He bought Birkins for random girlies at the club. Like, what is Maloney's true crime here is what people were saying. Like, riddle me this. I love the IRS, and I think he committed grave, grave crimes, and he should face the consequences.
So what's the moral of the story today?
Moral of the story is we gotta start going to clubs more because you never know what they're throwing into the crowds. You just truly don't know. You know what I mean? It could be a Cricket Green Kelly the next time you're there, right? So I'm just saying, live at the clubs, live and die at the clubs. That's it for today. Please stay safe. Don't go to the clubs. Go to a library or something, girl. Like, we don't need that energy. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.